Hey everybody, it's Rabbi Marcus again for Rabbi Raskas Hot Takes. We are here again. We got a doozy for you, got a good one today. Hope you enjoy it and hope you're doing well from wherever you are right now. Here we go. Rabbi Raskas, what do you have to say to us today? Here we go. In the ancient temple, there was a silent chamber. The room was so constructed that coins could be placed into it by one person and at the same time withdrawn by another without either party ever seeing the other. Thus, the donor and recipient remained unobserved and were completely anonymous. Such a secret treasury existed in every town in ancient Israel. One purpose of the silent chamber was to assure that the needy could receive their gifts without any possibility of embarrassment. Another was to teach people that in the highest form of giving, the donor remains anonymous. It would be a very fine spiritual exercise for every person to create his own equivalent of a silent chamber, to give without pride and conceit. The silent chamber would accomplish many purposes, for it would enable us to give where it is deeply needed without embarrassing the recipient. A silent chamber would encourage us to provide a job for the handicapped, increase our pledge to the community, help a youngster through school with a scholarship, send a care package overseas, or give to the hospital free bed fund, all in silence. And he quotes Bava Batra, "He who gives anonymously is greater than Moses," Bava Batra 9b. And here we see Rabbi Raskas discuss an often discussed topic, the idea of giving tzedakah to someone anonymously, that both the person who gives tzedakah should be anonymous and the person who receives anonymous should be anonymous. And the reason for this, traditionally understood, is that then it seems that one is not getting favors by showing who they are or looking for a particular kickback because they gave tzedakah, and of course because it doesn't embarrass the poor person by revealing their identity as well. Now, this is the common wisdom that's constantly spoken about. And yes, it is true that this is a high level of giving tzedakah. But sometimes I feel that giving anonymously really doesn't help our synagogues so much. It doesn't help our Jewish community so much. I think we're having the opposite problem. I think everyone has gotten so used to giving anonymously now and how great it is to give anonymously, and everybody sort of believes in this gospel that you should only give tzedakah anonymously in Judaism. Now we're having other problems. So I think most people don't realize how much stuff costs. I've just recently saw on Facebook all the synagogues that were offering free break fast meals to anybody who wanted to come. And as wonderful as that is, I didn't see anywhere on there where it said who was paying for those free break fast meals, which donors were giving that money. And I would have loved to see that people who take advantage of those things, is wonderful, but that they also know that there was some generous individual who came forward and decided to pay for them and pay for them to eat that night. And they should know that, and we should all know, the value of what's paid for. Too often, Jews are getting used to these days just getting Judaism. They feel like they deserve Judaism for free. And when they're asked to pay for something or pay the cost of something, they almost feel like it's a transgression that you ever asked. And of course, that's what you get when you never actually publish the names of who actually gives. You just say, of course, there are donors, but we don't actually say who gives because they want to be treated anonymously. I also believe giving publicly also a lot of times helps others give, and it puts the peer pressure on people to give, all right, which is also really important. It also gives us as a synagogue community a chance to actually thank the people who actually gave, and give them the due recognition. And that's also a spiritually important concept as well, that organizations truly are thankful to their donors specifically and in a personal way. By creating a communities where we really do recognize the people who give, and we don't have communities where it's all anonymous, but rather it's purposely public. We then will create communities that truly appreciate the money and the need it takes to do all the mitzvot that we need to do as a Jewish community. So I understand, I think, what Rabbi Raskas is saying, and certainly he is not saying something that Jewish tradition doesn't say, but I think there's also another side to it that's just really important. Now, at Temple of Aaron, we do that by putting plaques on the wall, and we have plaques on a lot of things that people donated. Even for the tiniest things, we'll put a plaque, we'll put some kind of sign up or announcement that these are the people who endowed it or made it happen, and we're very careful with that. But we also try to do that with people who don't just give, but also volunteer their time. We have, Golden Kippah Wall, Volunteer of the Year Award, things like this as well. And also, of course, all the time as rabbis, we're constantly calling and recognizing people who've went above and beyond to do something really great for the synagogue. So I think this is an important part of Temple of Aaron culture, is that as important as it is and pious it is to give anonymously, and not let your ego get involved in the giving or expect some kind of kickback or, God forbid, to embarrass someone who's poor, at least in terms of the recognition of who gives, right? I think that there is a real importance to kind of bounce back the other way in our day and time, is really show people transparently how much things cost, right? And have people see that, and also to recognize those people who've truly chosen to take their money and what they have and choose to give it to Jewish community when they have so many other choices. So that's just my only counterpoint to what's being said here. Otherwise, this teaching is certainly very beautiful, and we all need to, in the end, what's most important is we need to give, and that's so important, what we do with our money. All right, everybody, have a wonderful Shmini Atzeret, Chag Sameach, everybody, Moedim L'Simcha, and Shabbat Shalom. We'll talk to you soon. Next time, I'll talk to you on Monday, since both tomorrow's Shabbat and Sunday is a Yom Tov of the second day of Shmini Atzeret or Simchat Torah. Talk to you soon, everybody. See you later. Bye now.